What's up, guys? Duster McDangles back here with another video, and this is the NHL franchise mode series with the Nebraska Bucks. As we get into the things here, these playoffs for the 2026-2027 season, and we've got a massive episode here to start off against the St. Louis Blues. If you guys actually did miss the last episode, be sure to go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a card in the top right hand corner right now so you guys are up to date on everything and how we got to this point with being in the playoffs at 58, 17, and 7. First seed in the West, first seed in the NHL, President's Trophy winners. Awesome stuff to see as we're going to take a look at the lines right here for the playoffs. Again, first line, Vesalainen, Scheifele, Tippett, Volchenkov, Suzuki, Johansson, Sammy Blais, Byfield, Seishin, and then we've got Roslovic, Tartukin, and Ritchie there for the fourth line. Going to the defense, we've got Ahonen, Lautner, Jones, Tinkanoff, and Pesce and Tavares. This might be Jones's last go around here with us at 32 years old. A two-way defenseman, and I'm looking to possibly trade him while he has value now for maybe another offensive defenseman. Bringing that into the lineup would be a good piece to the puzzle, and also free up some room because he is a hefty cap space. So we'll look to possibly move him at the draft. AHL team is also in the playoffs as well, which will be interesting to see how they do. They just missed out by winning the AHL by one game, it looked like, in things. But without further ado, we're going to hop into it here with this first series against the St. Louis Blues. Quick sim period 1, 6-0 output. Scheifele with 2, Seishin with 2, Vesalainen and Ritchie. Quick sim period number 2, Sammy Blais, Roslovic, Scheifele. Ahonen gets one on Yari, and the final period, an absolute destroy. We absolutely destroyed the St. Louis Blues. Scheifele first start of the game, Seishin, and then Vesalainen. 3 goals, 2 assists. Scheifele 5 points in one game. Absolutely crazy. What a great first game to start the playoffs. Although Tartukin's going to be out until April 22nd, which might be the rest of the first round, which is interesting. So we lose him off the bottom line, which kind of sucks. And I wonder who fits that bottom pair better. He doesn't fit the fourth line. Will Akil Thomas fit the fourth line? He doesn't really fit it, but let's see if he at least gets the +1. Who's better on faceoffs? And that is going to actually Akil Thomas better on faceoffs barely. So he does get the +1 there on that fourth line. We'll have to see what he can do on the fourth line. Hopefully he's able to sort of make up for our boy Tartukin going down. But game number 2 here at home, looking for another good performance as the Blues actually up 2-0 after the first. Second period goes by, Tarasenko up with the goal there. 3-0 for the Blues. We're most likely not coming back. Good effort there. Akil Thomas, Ritchie, and Suzuki on the goals, and just end up falling short 5-3 against the Blues. As you see here, 3 stars of the game. Roslovic there is star number 2. So we've got a tied series 1-1 here against the Blues. And actually, let's take a look here at their lines. I always forget to show the lines, but let's take a look here quickly at the St. Louis Blues. Here they've got a different team. Aho, Tarasenko, and Kempe. Second line, man, O'Reilly is an 83. Nolan Patrick, Robert Thomas. Then they've got Danoff. Honestly, not a stacked lineup, and their defense is really lacking. So maybe that's why we sort of had a massive goal output. Oh, maybe that's why their goaltending is actually kind of trash. So definitely going to need to take advantage like we did in the first game as we head to St. Louis for game number 3, looking to get things going. Man, great first game, not a good bounce back second game. So we're up 2-1. Volchenkov, Byfield, and O'Reilly with the goals. Period number 2 goes by. Volchenkov now with a hat trick. So we'll slow sim period number 3 here as Volchenkov with his 4th goal of the game. This is where we're going to have to take advantage of the disparity between the goaltending, as they have a 74 overall goaltender. We're going to have to score a lot of goals if we want to move forward in this series, as Johansson there Janssen gets the goal on the board as Kempe gets one on Yari. Sammy Blaze adds one in there, 7-3 here against the Blues, and that is the way things are going to finish. 7-3 win for game number 3. 4 goals for Volchenkov, Suzuki 4 assists, and Byfield 2 points, 5 hits on the board. So offense doesn't seem to be the issue here for us right now, as we've got a 2-1 series lead heading into game number 4, looking to take the also important 3-1 series lead here away from home. Quick sim period 1, Suzuki, Marjapane on the goals. Quick sim period 2, the Blues are up as Marjapane actually has a hat trick. Volchenkov puts one on the board as well, and we're going to have to look for that goal-scoring magic as Byfield gets us on the board to tie things up here in the 3rd period. Blues on the power play, always dangerous with a top pair as they do, as Suzuki puts us up on the board here to take the lead 4-3 against these Blues, with a chance to steal game number 4 away from home to take things back to the Cabela's Coliseum, and we are able to do so, coming back in this game, winning 5-3. Seth Jones there on the empty netter. Marjapane getting the 3 goals, hat trick there. Suzuki 2nd star, Seth Jones the 3rd star of the game. So big 3-1 series lead here, as we're actually going to take a look at the AHL squad, see how things are going down there, and let's take a look. We're actually down 2-1 in that series, so they're almost out of the playoffs, which is crazy. They might be out after this next game. Matt Roy is out, and Tartukin is back, but we'll keep the lines the way they are. It looks like the AHL, barely getting the win, so they tie the series, sending that to game 5. But we're worried about the NHL playoffs with our own game 5. 3-1 series lead, quick simming first period, and we've got Vasilinen on the board against Archer. We're up 3-0. Roslovic and Volchenkov will leave in quick sim period number 3, winning the series 4-1 with a 5-2 victory in game number 5. Pesci and Tippett with the goals, as Marjapane actually had a very good series against us, but just not enough. They didn't have the goaltending, as Yari 2nd star of the game, Vasilinen 1st star, and Scheifele with the 3rd star of the game. So awesome to see that, already breezing through the series, as we're going to sort of heal up here, wait for the boys to get back to good health. And the AHL squad actually came back and won their series, so they're going to play the Binghamton Devils for the 2nd round of the AHL playoffs. Burnaby Aces now able to be dressed. We're going to get that taken care of. We'll actually bring Tartukin back into the lineup as well, as we're waiting on the playoffs here to get to the next round. How's the AHL team doing? They're tied 1-1. So we've got the Chicago Blackhawks. Going to be a tough series against them, but let's get Tartukin back into the lineup here for Akil Thomas to get that. Actually, maybe if we move Roslovic off, will this work if we move Tartukin in to get the +3? It does not. So let's go ahead. We'll take Akil Thomas out. We'll move Roslovic back in, and that should get the +3, which it does. So Tartukin back, centering that bottom pair. Faceoffs 82, so we've got all +3s there. I actually want to take a look at special teams. Got the +3 and then the 1 on the 2nd power play, so we'll roll with that. Man, the team is just looking good right now. Obviously, getting through that first series was huge, but let's actually take a look here at the playoff tree right now and how things are stacking up. Blackhawks beat the Avalanche 4-1. And then let's see here, the Oilers beat the Flames. The Wild beat the Canucks 4-3. Over in the East, we're going to have a Battle of New York, as the Rangers are going to play the Islanders. Panthers and the Battle of Florida, Panthers and Lightning. So really cool matchups there in the Eastern Conference. Something we'll have to take a look at and see how things play out over there. But over in the West, we've got the Blackhawks here, and we have home ice advantage against them. So we've met them here the past couple of years in these playoffs, and always a good series. We'll take a look at their lineup after this game. 1-1 after the first. Scheifele and Augustini on the goals. Second period is 3-3. Tippett, Sammy Blaze, and then they had Hayden Fleury and Brendan Saad, the goals for them. Surprised Brendan Saad is still around for the Blackhawks, as we've got a power play unable to capitalize, actually just getting one there at the end of the power play. So we're up 4-3 as Owen Tippett gets another one, making it 5-3 here in this third period against the Blackhawks at home, trying to take that pivotal first win of the series as Seth Jones buries on Gibson. So we've got a 6-3 lead here. Power play to add one more, not able to do so, but a big win here to start the second series off these playoffs. Tippett, first start of the game, Seth Jones and Sammy Blais all having big games, so good to see things going right for them. But now let's take a look here. Ooh, AHL injury, always tough to see that. But let's take a look here at the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's see what they got going for them as we face off against them. Pretty stacked first line, not going to lie. DeBrincat, Strome, Kane, and then, man, Brendan Saad's an 88, Slinger, Nylander. I mean, all of their lines are stacked. Kirby, Doc, Augustini, and Lind. Let's take a look at their defense. Boqvist and Fleury, Stossy and Piqué, and then they got Justin Schultz and Mario Ferraro. Let's take a look at goalies. Gibson still between the pipes, 86 overall. So this is going to be a really tough series. It could go either way, but great to start off winning the first game. Looks like the Burnaby Aces are down 2-1 against the Binghamton Devils, so we'll keep an eye on that as we look to progress on in the NHL playoffs here, simulating game number 2, looking for that commanding 2-0 series lead in this series. Tippett and Kane on the goals. Simming here for period number 2, we've got a 4-2 lead. Scheifele, Vassilainen, and Ritchie on the goals as Justin Schultz able to get one for the Blackhawks. We'll actually quick sim period number 3, and we actually pull away with a 1-goal win as Augustini gets the goal on from the point, but just not enough to beat the Nebraska Bucks as Scheifele, Tippett, and Vassilainen, every first-line player, making the 3 stars of the game list. So big 2-0 series lead here, actually, as we go to Chicago. 2-2 series now in the East for the Burnaby Aces, which is good to see that they're fighting back. Getting here, game number 3, big game. Honestly, not expecting to win this one as the Blackhawks come out flying in that first period. They're up 2-1. After the second is a 3-1 lead for the Blackhawks. As we slow sim the third, Lautner gets us within 1 early in the third period. We're out shooting the Blackhawks. Power play opportunity, unable to capitalize. 10 minutes left. Are we going to be able to put this thing back in? I was just about to say, are we going to be able to tie this game? But Boqvist gets the goal for the Blackhawks. They're probably going to get an empty netter here as well. Not able to do so. They win 4-2 here for game number 3. Forgot to see stars of the game. AHL squad was able to get the win, so they've got the 3-2 series lead over the Binghamton Devils. So good to keep an eye on both series going on. Let's see here. The Wild are up against the Oilers. Islanders are up against the Rangers, and the Lightning are up against the Panthers. So close series here for all of them going on, all 2-1 as we look to make ours 3-1. Starting off strong in the first period, Byfield and Seishin on the goals. Period number 2 goes by with no scoring, and we've got this 2-goal lead here. In the third period is actually Patrick Kane gets one there in the slot, making it a tighter game. 5-on-3 opportunity. We're able to kill off as Owen Tippett in front as well buries the goal, giving us the 2-goal lead back as we are under 10 to play here in game number 4. Lautner from the point gives us the 3-goal lead here in the third period, which is always nice to see. We're able to hold on for the win 4-1, so we take a commanding 3-1 series lead against the Blackhawks. Ahonen is going to be out until May 15th. Oh boy, that's not good. That is not good whatsoever. Top defenseman out of the, most likely the playoffs. We're going to have to put in Rudder into the lineup. He does get the +1 on that top pair. Oh man, it doesn't work. It doesn't work great. I don't want two defensive defensemen on the top pair. I'd rather get... Oh, we can't move... I was going to say, can we move Tavares up? We could do that. Does this work? Hey, that doesn't really work. Man, this is really tough. Do we go with the -1? Or do we move... I don't want to move Seth Jones down. We're going to see if this -1 is going to be a massive hole in the lineup and sort of move things around from there. Let's actually check the power play as well. I want to make sure the power play wasn't messed up either. And if so, we'll have to switch things around. It didn't really affect that first power play, so we'll leave it like that right now. So the -1 on the third defensive pair, we'll see how that goes here in this game. If it seems to be okay, we'll leave it as is, as we've got the 3-1 series lead here back at home. Game 5, 2-0 lead. Tavares on that first pair for defense, getting a goal, showing us that we might want to keep him up there, as well as Tippett on the goals. Second period goes by, and the Blackhawks tie this thing up. Vasilinen getting 1 goal there. So third period, we've got to come up big as Slinger gets one in, but Lautner comes back. He's had a massive playoff year. Tartukin getting things in the back of the net as well, getting the fourth line involved. That is awesome to see, as we are holding on here, possibly looking to go to the Western Conference Finals off of the back of Tartukin with the late goal. Can we get an empty netter? No, but it is just enough to win the series. 4 games to 1, I should say. Once again, Vasilinen getting first start of the game, and we sneak past the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't know how we beat them 4-1 in this series, and it actually looks like the AHL squad also winning their series, so both teams advancing to the conference finals, which is awesome to see. And it looks like we're going to be facing off against the Minnesota Wild for the Western Conference Finals. Looks like the Burnaby Aces lost the first game there to the Hartford Wolfpack, who had a tough season, so it'll be interesting to see how that series goes. Let's take a look here at the Minnesota Wild and what type of lineup they got. It's going to be interesting to see what they have. I'm intrigued to see what they have. Nothing too crazy. Fiala, Mason Shaw, and Josh Hosang. Persek, Galchenyuk, and Perlini. Lundell, Trocheck, Bertuzzi. That's actually a stacked third line. And then their fourth line, Eberle, Paulin, and Lockhart. Let's take a look at their defense. They got Brendan Gould, Timothy Lindgren, which is pretty interesting to see. And then their defense is kind of lacking, to be honest. Nothing too crazy. Let's check out their goalies here. Ooh, okay. I don't know how to say his name, but they got weak goaltenders a little bit, so we'll have to take advantage like we did in the first series against the Blues. As the Eastern Conference Final is going to be Lightning and Rangers, so that'll be an interesting series to follow, as well as we get into game number 1 here against the Minnesota Wild. Going to be hopefully not a wild game, as the Wild actually take the lead. Bertuzzi and Galchenyuk on the goals, as Volchenkov able to bury for the Bucks. 3-2, we're able to take the lead off of Volchenkov and Byfield. This is a rivalry series, or I should say we tied the game. Rivalry series with the colors pretty close in proximity to Nebraska and Minnesota, as they take the lead here in the third period. Hosang getting the Wild on the board here with 10 minutes left. Are we going to be able to tie this thing up and possibly send this to overtime, or are the Wild going to hold on here, possibly capitalize on the power play? Not able to do so. Minute left in the game, and Nebraska unable to come back as we lose game number 1 at home of these Western Conference Finals. Hosang first start of the game, Volchenkov, and then Shaw. So down 1-0. We haven't had any adversity in the playoffs yet, and this is our first time facing it, so it'll be interesting to see how the boys respond. AHL team tie the series 1-1. Interesting to see that. So let's get into game number 2 at home. Definitely don't want to drop the first 2 games, especially with home ice advantage, and I'm glad the boys came out strong. Byfield, Saishian, and Scheifele all on the goals. 4-3, Minnesota comes back to take the lead after the second. Volchenkov ties it up, thankfully. We've had a strong game. Again, we don't want to lose game number 2 at home, especially after losing game 1 in a close affair, as this thing might actually end up going to overtime with shots a little bit in Nebraska's favor, but Minnesota holding on here, and they actually might steal this game with a late goal in the third, and that's exactly what they're going to do. A dagger there on Tucker Tynan, actually between the pipes. Volchenkov, Scheifele, and Byfield get the stars, but just not enough to win the game. And we find ourselves down this series. Owen Tippett's injured. He's out until May 17th. Are you kidding me? He's not out for long, but that's going to put a hole in our lineup right there, as I think the only player we have that we can put in here is either going to be Akil Thomas or Appleton. Let's try Thomas on this top pair. He gets the +3. We'll move him down to get the +3 on all the lines still. But a big hole here on the power play as well, which kind of sucks. Not going to lie, as we're going to have to find someone to fill this void. I'm not too sure who we should put on. Maybe Saishian as a sniper? He does get the +1, which isn't terrible. 4-man power play. Who are we going to throw in here? This is the real question. Let's throw... Oh, man, just him getting injured really does suck. Let's throw Suzuki. Oh, Suzuki was already on there. Who do we not have? Vesalainen, Volchenkov, Byfield, Scheifele, centerman. Let's throw... I didn't see Byfield. I didn't remember seeing Byfield on there. We'll throw him on there for now. And 3-on-3, we need to switch some things around as well. We'll throw Jackson Tavares in there, which is perfectly fine. So, man, down 2-0 here in these Western Conference Finals. Wasn't expecting that, that's for sure. The boys have been buzzing here lately, especially against the team that looks like they struggled during the regular season with the Minnesota Wild, but definitely need to have a massive Game 3 here away from home. 1-1 after the first. Gould and Saishian on the goals. 2-1 lead here for the Bucks as Suzuki gets us on the board. So we'll slow sim period number 3 as the Wild right out of the gate tie this game as we get to the 10-minute marker here in the third period. Can we get a late goal ourselves to get something going this series? We can't afford to lose this, going down 3-0 in this series to the Wild, as time is going to expire in regulation, and we're actually going to hop into this overtime and see if we can come away with a win. Overtime about to get underway here in the state of hockey, Minnesota. Definitely need to come away with this win as Tavares gets into the zone, looking for somebody. I don't know who he's looking for. Trying to find that. I believe that was Vesalainen there, but nicely taken away here by the Wild. Fiala down the wing, gets past one, finds Hosang in the slot, and a nice save there by Yari as Vesalainen finds Scheifele, who's in the zone looking for a chance, loses the puck, and the Wild back off to the races. Gould with it, trying to get past Lautner, but he has a nice turnover, and he's actually going to ice that down the rink, and we'll have a big-time defensive zone draw here. Defensive zone draw here. This is a big one. It looks like we've been winning the majority of faceoffs. As I say that, lose it with a big chance there. Hosang on target, gets absolutely tattooed on the play, and Volchenkov looking for something here. He's in the zone. On the first line here, he's usually playing the second with Suzuki, but with the injury to Tippett, he's got to step up and be the man here. First overall pick, the captain. Got to get something going as the Wild look to get in the zone here. Opportunity from the point. Zabril finds Galchenyuk, who actually turns that over. Ooh, he's wide open there in the slot. Big hit, and Seth Jones is going to find Scheifele. He's going to get railed on the play as Vesalainen with it. Finds a man at the point, Tinkanoff. He's going to get hit from behind, hold on to the puck. Oh my goodness, they have a breakaway. Are you kidding me? Oh, big save there from Yari. That was absolutely insane. As Suzuki finds Vesalainen. He's in the zone. We've got an abbreviated 3-on-2. Suzuki on the shot, rebound there, but saved well by the goaltender. as Trocheck with a chance in the zone for the Wild. Goes below the net. Big hit there. Holy smokes. That was an absolutely massive check as Jones is going to find Thomas. Suzuki shot on target, but Akil Thomas is there for the rebound, unable to bury as he's tied up on the wall, and Lundell looks to get out of the zone. Wild dump it in. Should be an easy breakout here. Oof, man, massive hit. There's some big-time hits being thrown here in this game right now as Janssen finds Pesce. Pesce, with a chance, finds Suzuki. Ooh, he's been our all-star this year. Big-time one-timer there. I don't even know who took that. That was Sammy Blaze, but a big save from the goaltender. Offensive zone draw here. We've got Blaze, Byfield, and Satian out there as Byfield ties up. At the point is Pesce, is blocked in front there by Sammy Blaze, and the Wild off to the races. Trying to find something. Eberle with it. He gets down low. Ooh, try to go backdoor cheese, but broken up nicely by the defense as Byfield gets past one, finds a man, and he shoots that right into the chest of the goalie as we've got another offensive zone faceoff. Defensive zone draw here. Suzuki's got to come up big, and he does so, tying up, and Janssen with it. He's tied up along the boards. We've got a scrum for the puck as I don't even know who worked that out. I believe that was, holy smokes, Janssen with some dirty dangles. Not able to get through in the Wild with 40 seconds left to go in this first overtime period. Look to get this deep. Oh, wow. Yari with a big save. He plays it out dangerously, and Pesce needs to get this puck out. He doesn't do so, but he takes 2 for 1 there as he looks to Janssen, who finds Byfield. He's going to dump that deep. 20 seconds left to go in this overtime as Galchenyuk works it out as Perlini loses the puck in the neutral zone. Can we get something with 12 seconds left in this overtime? Sammy Blaze has a man, finds Tavares. Oh, why doesn't he just shoot that? Man, he's wide open there as it looks like we're heading to overtime. Oh my God, number 2. Defensive zone draw here against the Wild. Definitely a big face-off here. Scheifele loses it. Fiala on the half wall is tied up and loses it. Falls to Scheifele, who gets into the zone. He finds Vasalainen. Finds Tinkanoff, who misses the net. That was an absolute rip. Backdoor cheese, though. And there it is, boys. Overtime number 2 on the backdoor cheese. Big shot missed the net, but what's his face? Scheifele finds that puck below the goal line, and I believe he found Vasalainen backdoor on the feed. What a play there. And out of the corner, Scheifele fighting for it, and that is indeed Vasalainen on that backdoor cheese. Easy tap and goal, finally giving us a win here in this series. And we're back in this thing, guys. 2-1 now as we'll hop back into the simulation. Jackson Tavares here is actually going to be injured for a while. He's out until May 26th with a fractured jaw. That is actually crazy. I don't know if we have anybody that is healthy right now that we can put back into the lineup, as Ahonen is actually injured. So we're going to have to call somebody up here from the AHL because we're actually going to have to put Appleton into the lineup right now. I don't want to play any games with him in a defensive role. So we're going to have to try and call somebody up. I don't even know if we can here in the playoffs, which is going to be interesting to see. So let's actually go to roster moves and see what we can do here. Who is able to actually come up is the real question. Savari, he's going to be our best bet. Top 6. Oh, he doesn't fit any of our defensive lines. Rysian we could bring up, but he is injured. He doesn't fit any lines. Haisha is unavailable, so it's going to have to be our boy Savari here on the call-up. And we're going to have to edit lines here for the AHL now. So let's go back here. See what we can do for the AHL squad, which, man, I don't know how they're doing right now. Things I'm assuming are doing well for them. Obviously, they're in their conference finals as well. As we take a look here, we don't want Appleton in. I'm going to swap him out here for Zavari. See what that does, and it sort of works. I mean, it's not the best of situations, but we're going to have to roll with it as we're going to get into game number 4 here against the Minnesota Wild. Ahonen, thankfully, able to come back, but we're going to let him heal up a little bit more for game 5. I don't want to throw him out there and then have him be re-injured. So here, first period goes by. We've got a 3-2 lead. Akil Thomas, Scheifele with 2. Quick sim period number 2. We've still got the 1-goal lead here as we're going to slow sim period number 3. Akil Thomas and Scheifele each with 2 goals, as Volchenkov actually getting a nice cushion goal there, but Trocheck gets it right back. So still a 1-goal lead here for the Bucks as the third period is winding down. Under 10 minutes left to play. Scheifele gets the hat trick, giving us the 2-goal lead once again, as Richie adds in another with another go-ahead goal. So nice cushion there. Each team wins both their away games to start the series, and this thing is tied 2 games apiece. Here, Scheifele, 3 goals, 1 assist. First star of the game. Volchenkov, 1-1. Really nice output there from our first line players, as we're now going to throw, Byfield's out until the 21st with back spasms. So we're actually going to have to throw Appleton into the lineup, which is crazy. So we've had some nasty injuries here so far this playoff year, which kind of sucks as he only gets the +1 on that third line, which is going to be tough to see. But let's now actually take, kind of want to take Rudder out, throw Ahonen in for his spot. He does get the +1, but if we do that, actually that sort of works out a little bit better for the defensive pairs. So we'll throw that now in. Man, Byfield out is going to suck for sure, as Owen Tippett's actually back to be thrown into the lineup. So we'll give him a game to heal up, as it looks like the Burnaby Aces are 1 game away from getting to the Calder Cup, which will be awesome to see if they can do. But here we are, game 5, pivotal game 5, as first period goes by, no goals scored. Second period goes by, Scheifele and Saishian on the goals, and Bertuzzi for the Wild. Slow simming this third period. It is a very even game, it looks like, with shots. Thank goodness, Vasalainen gets us on the board, and Scheifele right after that. So the first line coming up clutch here in a pivotal game number 5. Bertuzzi getting his second of the game for the Wild, but it might not be enough, as we should be able to hold on for the win here with time expiring in this game. Lindgren gets one quickly there, but barely holding on are the Bucks, 4-3 with a big time win at home, giving us the 3-2 series lead. And it looks like the Burnaby Aces are on their way to the Calder Cup. Really awesome to see them making it this far after a disappointing season last year. But can we get both teams in the finals? That is the real question. Jackson Tavares able to come back for the next game. We're going to edit our lines because we've got some players that we can throw back into the lineup, which is going to be really nice to get everyone back to good health. So trying to see here, can we move Akil Thomas down there? We'll throw our boy Tippett here on the second line, but move him up to the first. He is back to full health. Volchenkov playing well also. And then let's see if Tavares can come back here for Savari. Should be able to do so. Rudder, we need Tavares. Will he be full health is the real question. He's not, but we're going to give him a run there on that bottom pair. So we're pretty much back to full strength here with the squad as we get into game number 6. Huge game 6, as it looks like it is also going to game 6 in the other series, as Byfield is actually back. So we can send down our boy Savari back down to the AHL. So we'll send him back down, and we can get him actually back into the lineup as well. Whoa. Oh man, I did not mean to advance a day there, but thankfully the boys won game 6. That was a big mistake there, but thankfully were able to win the Western Conference Finals. So unfortunately, not able to see the video of that. But we win, and we get some days of for healing for the boys to get back to full strength here for the Stanley Cup Finals. I do apologize for skipping that. I didn't mean to hit next day. I didn't think I did, but we got all the +3s back on all of our lines. We got our defense back to good health as well, with all of our lines back to normal. And we're running for the Stanley Cup, guys. Game 7 over in the Eastern Conference Finals, as well, between the Lightning and Rangers, which will be interesting to see. Let me get Savari. Let's get him back into the lineup here for the AHL squad. I don't want to leave him out. I want to keep him playing and want to make sure that he is feeling welcome with the franchise. We can't really move him around, so we'll leave it like that. Man, awesome stuff. Both teams in the finals, which is really cool. So we'll advance a day here. AHL getting things started off. NHL is over, and we're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning for the Stanley Cup. Two of the top teams during the regular season, and it looks like the Burnaby Aces winning the first game of the Calder Cup 3-2, which is awesome to see, but we're more worried about the Stanley Cup Finals. So the top two teams in the league going at it here for the Stanley Cup. Wouldn't want it any other way. Obviously, you don't want to win against easy teams for glory. But first period gone by, nothing going. Janssen gets us on the board in the second. So we're up 1-0 here against the Lightning. We're heavily out shooting them. And we'll take a look at their lineup here after this first game, as Scheifele getting us on the board, but Stamkos gets them right back in the game. So still only up by 1 here against the Tampa Bay Lightning. With a chance to win Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, Jackson Tavares gets us on the board once again, giving us the 2-goal advantage with time expiring in this game. Gustav Nyquist gets the Tampa Bay Lightning within 1, but it is not enough as we win game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Great way to get off to a good start. Tavares, Tartukin, and Scheifele, 3 stars of the game. Let's take a look here at the Tampa Bay Lightning and see what they've got for a lineup. Scheifele's got 30 points in 17 games played. That is absolutely crazy stuff. Haisha is back for the AHL squad, and they are actually up to a 2-0 series lead over in the Calder Cup Finals. So, man, this is crazy stuff. Could we get the double? Who knows? It's still early. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. As the Tampa Bay Lightning, let's take a look here at their lineup. Nyquist, Point, and Kucherov. That's a stacked first line. They're not too deep, as they've got Zuccarello, Stamkos, Perlini. Then they've got Buckley, Kopp, and Zucker. Radashi, Isaiah McKinnon, and Dmitry Zigidorov. I believe that's how you say his name. And on the back end, they've got Sergachev, Foot, Wolf, PK Subban, Tyson Hins, and Harrison Tanev. So really weak on the back end. Take a look at their goaltenders. They've got Vasilevsky. I apologize for that. Vasilevsky and Alnefit. Hugo. We'll just go with Hugo. So their goaltending is pretty deep. But obviously I feel like we're the better team. So let's get into it here. Again, we have home ice advantage, which is key in Stanley Cup playoffs, especially in the finals. So definitely want to try and get off to a 2-0 series lead here, as the Lightning actually get the early 1-0 lead here in this game. Nothing going in the second period. We'll slow sim the third. We are out shooting the Lightning, but again, they now have a 2-0 lead here this game, with Kucherov on 2 goals here now. 10 minutes left to go. Are we going to be able to get back into this game? It doesn't look like. Possibly Janssen gets us on the board. 5 minutes left to go. Can we make something happen here as Saishian ties the game with 2 minutes left to go, and it looks like we're heading to overtime, so we'll hop into it and see if we can come away with a win. Overtime game here for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals, where we were able to come back in this game as the puck is dropped, and Tippett trying to get this thing ended here early in overtime. He's actually going to get ran off the puck, and Kucherov with speed trying to get that thing up through the zone, but Scheifele with a nice turnover. He gets past one, trying to look for a man in front, But Kucherov on the steal, up with speed through the neutral zone, looking to get into the zone. Big hit there on the play as Kucherov goes down, loses his bucket. He's actually got to come off the ice for that. As Lautner now finds Vesalainen. Ahonen with speed through the neutral zone. He's got to step on the defenseman. There it is, but Vasilevsky holds on for the save. What a decent chance that was on the abbreviated 3-on-2. Offensive zone draw here. Second line's out there with Janssen, Suzuki, and Volchenkov. Looking to end this thing here against Perlini, Stamkos, and Zuccarello. Face-off 1. Ahonen finds Suzuki there in the slot. Volchenkov is actually going to lose that, and Lautner on the regroup here actually takes us all the way back in his own zone. I don't know why he did that, but Ahonen finds Janssen. He's going to move through the neutral zone, looking to get in, and he gets absolutely blown up on the zone entry as Tampa Bay with a chance to end the game. And they do so on the cheeky rebound. Steven Stamkos on the backhand is actually able to win this thing for the Lightning in game number 2. I saw that developing late as you saw the man go into the net front there, Stamkos. As soon as he got past our defenseman, you just knew that something bad was going to happen. And on the juicy rebound, Yari lets up the goal. Man, juicy bounce. Obviously nothing he could really do about the backdoor play, but we'll get back into the simulation here and see if we can win game 3. So it looks like both teams lost game 3 or their next games in overtime, but we get into game 3 here down in Florida against the Tampa Bay Lightning, looking to take the series back with the lead. But first period goes by, Stamkos and Tartukin. Second period goes by, Tippett, Ritchie, and Sergachev on the goals. So we've got the 1-goal lead here heading into the third period, being heavily outshot by the Tampa Bay Lightning. As we look to try and hold on for the win in this one. Yari looks like he's playing absolutely crazy between the pipes with about 5 minutes left to go here. Almost 40 shots for the Tampa Bay Lightning this game as they now hit the 40 mark. Can we hold on? And it looks like we are able to do so. If Yari is not the first start of the game, I will be absolutely shocked as he gets the .951 save percentage. Tartukin and Owen Tippett on the other 2 stars of the game. So big win there for the Bucks. As, man, the series is tied there in the Calder, so definitely interesting things going on there. We got the 2-1 series lead here against the Lightning. Game number 4 away from home here in Tampa. Massive game here. We could possibly go up 3-1. First period goes by. Looks like we've got a tight game here. Second period goes by. Still a tight affair with the shots being pretty even here in this game 4. Still 0-0. Power play for the Lightning, and Buckley in front of the net able to get that one home as the Lightning look to hold on for this one. With 5 minutes left to go, are we going to be able to get a late one to send this to OT? And the answer is no. The Lightning walk away with a 1-0 win. If the goalies aren't on here, I was going to say if the goalies aren't on there for the stars of the game, I'd be shocked. 1-0. So we've got a 2-2 series lead here. I don't know what just happened, but it looks like the Burnaby Aces could possibly win the Calder Cup over on their end after this next game. But here we are, guys. Game 5 back at home. Still, lineup is still technically where it should be. We've got a 2-1 first period. Zucker, Point, and Ahonen on the goals. Period number 2 goes by, and the Lightning actually go up 4-2. So we'll slow sim period number 3. Again, tight shooting affair, but the Lightning, Victor Hedman getting one on the board. It looks like he's back from injury, and we're just going to quick sim the rest of this game. It is pretty much out of reach as we lose game number 5. So we are 1 game away here from losing the Stanley Cup, and it looks like the Burnaby Aces won the Calder Cup. So we're at least walking home with some silverware. Obviously, we want the Stanley Cup. That is the ultimate goal in this sport as we are away from home here. Game number 6. This is a massive game. First period goes by 2-2. Roslovic and Scheifele on the goals. Second period goes by. We are down 4-3 as we're going to slow sim period number 3 here, guys. 4-4. Owen Tippett there from the point, tying this thing up, but Zuccarello gets it back right away as the Lightning looking to win another Stanley Cup on the power play. Looks like they've got an extended power play there. Oh man, this is nerve-wracking stuff, guys. We might have to hop into this game and maybe watch the rest of this thing out. 10 minutes left to go. The Lightning with a chance to win the Stanley Cup would keep taking penalties. I don't know why we are taking so many penalties here in this game, as the Lightning bury a dagger. And that might be all she wrote, guys. That is heartbreaking. We're going to lose this Stanley Cup 4-2. That's tough. Made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Final here these past 3 years, going 1-2 in that time frame. We lose the Stanley Cup to the Tampa Bay Lightning, but we did win the Calder, so there is something to be happy about this year. Obviously, never want to lose the Stanley Cup, but that's actually going to be it for today's episode, guys. We'll take a look at all the award winners. In the next episode, we'll get into free agency, re-signing, the draft, all of that good stuff in the next episode, but I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.